and our friends in the area. When I've talked to people from the Emirates, for instance, their concern isn't ISIS. I mean, that's a concern, but they're concerned about Yemen and the Iranian proxy war that's going on there. How do you evaluate what's going on in Yemen? I know we had a tragic loss of life with the recent raid, and that was regrettable. But I think it's very important that we're supporting Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states, and I think it's overdue that we're doing that. What are your perspectives on Yemen?
Well, Congressman, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I mean, I think there are some vital U.S. interests that are at stake here. Certainly, we don't want Yemen to be used as a platform for attacks in our homeland or against our allies or partners around the globe or in the region, and so we have to be focused on that. I'm extraordinarily concerned about another contested maritime choke point in the region, and so that directly impacts our national interest of freedom of navigation, freedom of commerce, and supports our global economic objectives here. And so I think we have to be very, very concerned about that. So I do think there are some vital aspects of that. All of that is against the backdrop of this civil war that you talked about here. And certainly we all understand the implications of becoming involved in those types of activities. And if we don't choose to do it militarily, then we have to look at ways that we can try to move forward and try to resolve that situation. I do believe that as long as that continues to boil, that it will impact the ability for us to really focus on the other principal interests that we have in that part of the world.
Well, and obviously everyone wants peace in the area and the fighting to stop, but until that happens, I think we'd have to take the side of our friends and allies. And they are so concerned that Iran is using the Houthi rebels as a proxy to destabilize and ultimately come after them. That's their perspective. And while I don't think we need to consider any kind of boots on the ground or anything like that, I think as much as we can do with ISR and things like that to support our friends and allies is critical. If you want to better address this in the closed section of the hearing, tell me that, but is there more that we could be doing?
There is, and I think this would be a really good topic in the closed session, Congressman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Mr. Gallagher? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, General, for being here. A quick follow-up on Yemen. To what extent has the ongoing fighting there enhanced or undermined